What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are back today for some more Formula 1 22 My Team Career Mode. It's episode 25. We are in France this weekend for the French Grand Prix at the Paul Ricard circuit. And if you guys have not watched the last video, be sure to hit the link up top. Go check that video out before watching this one, and before I get into any spoilers from that video. We're also at 225 subscribers, which is great. We're a quarter of the way there to 300 subscribers, so if you aren't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and be sure to hit the notification bell so you guys know when that video comes out. But once again, before I get into spoilers, or if you don't care, last time out we were in Austria. We had a sprint race, and sprint race went pretty good. We moved our way up, but then I decided to replace the gearbox, so we started from the back of the grid and we made our way back up to P7. We got driver of the day, so we're now in P6 in the Drivers' Championship for this season. But it's going to be tough getting to the top because of that gearbox replacement from the last race. That means we're on our last gearbox before we start taking penalties. And this race that you're watching right now is the halfway mark of the season. So we've already gone through 4. And we got half the race left, so you can do the math. Assuming that we don't have any more failures, we'll probably at least go through 2 more, I would say. So we're going to have a lot of penalties, and it's going to be tough to deal with later on in the season. But we're going to keep fighting here. We definitely have the car to win races, as we're going to try and do here in France at the end of Q1, putting up a 130.6, and that's only going to be good enough for P9 once all the other drivers get their flying laps out. For the Constructors' Championship, we're currently in P6. We got Alpine in front of us, we got Mercedes, Ferrari, and of course Red Bull all sitting in front of us right now, which isn't great news because at the end of last season we were in P4, I believe, for the Constructors' Championship. No thanks to Nico Hulkenberg, but we came in P4. However, we still got half the season left to try and get back into this fight, and I think we can. We just need Sebastian Vettel to start, I guess, pulling his weight. It's not really his fault. He had those 3 DNFs at the start of the season, and then some, I guess, pit strategy errors that the team, or myself, have caused. He's been in some bad double stacks. So speaking of Sebastian Vettel, his contract renewal is coming up. I believe it should be after this race, but his contract renewal is coming up, and we're definitely going to re-sign him for the back half of the season. I think he can definitely get some good performances in and help us compete for the title. Obviously, Canada, I would say, would have been his best performance, but we had the weather and another bad double stack. The team had a pit error, and he had a slow pit stop, all that. If it wasn't for that stuff, we probably would have had a 1-2 finish in Canada. Very unfortunate, but we're at the end of Q2 now, 2.5 tenths up on the previous lap, and we're going to cross the line with a 130.016, and then Max Verstappen breaking in to the 29-second mark on this track going into Q3. First flying lap, always a little slow. I don't drop the fuel load until the end because I just like seeing the gap increase so much. So put up our first lap, and it's only good enough for P7 right now. We got Dan Ticktum in the Ferrari behind me, and then unfortunately at the moment Sebastian Vettel in P9. Pretty confident though that we can get at least onto the front row in this race. We led all the practice sessions, and the Paul Ricard circuit is, I think it's a fairly easy track. Beside this sector right here is a little tricky. You got to be easy on the throttle, a lot of short shifting, all that, but I think this is the only section where on average I will lose time per lap. We put up the purple sector 1, 4.5 tenths up already. We're not even halfway through this lap right now. I'm not sure what the delta is to pole position right now, but so far it's looking so good. And by the time we get to the end of the lap, we are 9 tenths up this time, and that's thanks to the fuel load, thanks to the fresh tires. The track's more rubbered in. I always try and go out last because I don't like following the cars. I don't think it gives me that much of an advantage, but I do get a bigger advantage because the track is more rubbered in. There's more rubber down, so we're going to get more grip through the corners. We cross the line, and it's another pole position. I believe this is our 3rd or 4th pole position of the season. So we're gonna see what we could do here in France. We got Max Verstappen starting P2, Fernando Alonso in P3, Sebastian Vettel unfortunately down in P9. But let's get into this Grand Prix and let's see if we can take the win here for our second win of the season. Alright, so we are here for the French Grand Prix after an unfortunate outing in Austria. We're down to our last gearbox now, so any more replacements, we're going to be starting at the back of the grid, and most likely we'll probably replace it at least one time. We're going to ride this gearbox for as long as we can to avoid taking the penalty. If anything, I'll wait for a good track where it's pretty easy to make your way through the grid and replace it there. But yeah, very unfortunate start to this season. Everyone's going so slow. I'm going so fast. I'm going to slow down here, get these tires warmed up. But we're starting on pole. It's our third pole of the season, I believe, maybe fourth. We're going for our second win on the season as well after winning in Monaco. I think we should have won in Canada, but everyone knows what happened there. If you guys didn't watch that video, be sure to go watch it. Sebastian Vettel starting in P9, not the greatest qualifying for him. I don't think he suffered any penalties or anything like that, but he's starting in P9. Hopefully he has a good race too. He's coming off his best finish of the season, which was P5 in Austria. And we got Max Verstappen starting in P2, Alonso P3, Perez P4, Lando Norris P5, and Verstappen and I are the only ones in the top 5 starting on the medium tires. So Alonso, Perez, Norris going for track position here. Me and Verstappen trying to get ahead as quickly as possible. I think with our power unit, we should be fine overtaking drivers down the 2 straights through Sector 2. But we're heading through the final turn here, getting ready to approach the grid. Again, trying to get our second win on the season. We're just going to wait up for everyone here. Alright, here we go. For the French Grand Prix, we got 5 red lights, and this race is underway here. And I think we got off to a good start. Nope, Verstappen's coming at us from the outside. We're going to be racing him into turn 1 here. We're going to have that inside position go. He's going to have to give up the race line. And we get through turns 1 and 2 into P1. He's still on our rear right now. He's coming up the inside, or outside. We're going to have the inside once again. He's going to have to back out here. I think he's freaking riding over the curb. I'm trying to leave him space. But, still behind us. Not a great first lap so far. But let's see if we can start pushing away here. We're going to use a battery. Perez, I think he overtook Leclerc to take P3. And Alonso drops down into P5. Leclerc starting on those medium tires, so he is going to get the jump on the drivers who are starting on the hards. Oh, we got a virtual safety car. Something's happened down at turn 8, maybe? So just debris on the track. I don't see anyone out of the session. No full safety car. So we carry on. Oh, oops, he's flying off the track here. Alright, VSC is in. Not sure what happened there, but we got the green flag. We're going to return to racing here. We actually get like 2 tenths, maybe a tenth, on Verstappen under that virtual safety car. They can never get it right, but I think he gets a bit of a better exit out of the final corner, and he's now 4 tenths behind us. Perez still in P2 on those hard tires. He's going to take P1 once me and Verstappen go in the pit. Oh, we got to use our battery all the way down. It's very shaky Sector 1. Or start to Sector 2. Using a battery. Does he have yeah, he's got the DRS wide open. Oh yeah, because DRS doesn't reset under a virtual safety car. So he's got the DRS. And he's going for the overtake here. We're going to have to use that battery once again to try and fend him off here. We're going wheel to wheel. And he backs out. Oh, never mind. He's still right beside us. Giving him lots of space, going way to the outside here. Verstappen trying to do everything he can to overtake us, but we're not having it right now. But with DRS, might be a little bit of an issue trying to get him. to stay behind us here. Let's see. Through the final exit. Could use a battery once again. I think I replaced the energy store as well. So we got a full capacity battery in this race. Charles Leclerc putting up the fastest lap. Brand new Joe out of the session. Is that a safety car? I don't think so. I see Perez just driving by. I don't think there's going to be a safety car. We'll see. But we're approaching the pit window in the next 2 laps, I believe. So we're going to see. All these guys on the hard tires are going to take our place. Sergio Perez race is kind of ruined because he started on the hard. So because he has to switch tires, there's not really a chance for him to get back in this race. He's going to have to pit again, most likely. And Verstappen's going to get the run on us here. Horrible sector 2 once again. Thank God I replaced our energy store because it is saving our ass right now. Perez puts up the fastest lap, speaking of which. Alright, so we are going to pit this lap. Verstappen might get a little bit of a run on us here. Oh no. Oh no. He might beat us into the pit lane, which would not be good. Gonna give him lots of space. And we manage to take back the position, but he's coming back at us here. We gotta use the battery. Oh no. We need to get into the pit lane first. We're going wheel to wheel. All the way through sector 3. We gotta let off the gas because our race line is kind of compromised, but he also has to bail out once again, and we run wide. Oh no. I keep saying oh no, but Verstappen not letting us go anywhere. So we have a very sloppy in-lap here. We need a good pit stop, otherwise we are screwed. And he's gonna take the position. Oh no. Oh, Verstappen's staying out. No. Okay, well, we need a good outlap here. He's gonna pit soon. Leclerc is in the pits with us as well. Sebastian Vettel, not sure where he is, and I can't seem to get a teammate status at the moment, but I will once I get out of the pit lane. Okay, please no errors, guys, please. Yes, beautiful. 2.5. But let's hope Verstappen does not get a quicker pit stop than that. We're going to use all the battery we got on this outlap here because we don't want Leclerc beating us out of the pits as these tires are pretty cold at the moment.
Sebastian's in for his stop.
Alright, Max Verstappen's in the pits right now. Let's see if we can beat him out of the pit lane here. I think it's going to be very tight. Sebastian also in the pit lane as well. I think we got Verstappen. I think we got him. Oh, he's close. I think he's coming out right now. Let's see. There he is. Yes. And we get ahead of Verstappen. Put up a purple sector 3. Used all the battery that we could. And we come out in front of Verstappen. He's also going to need an extra lap to warm up those tires. So let's see if we can build a gap on him here. And take a commanding lead in this French Grand Prix. I'm hoping so. Ocon and Norris now in the pits. And we have officially retaken the lead, and we got the fastest lap. If we got the fastest lap this race, it will be 4 races in a row where we've gotten the fastest lap, and that's not like, that's not including any, I guess, pit stops near the end of the race, you know, where you just kind of go on the softs and go for it. Like, it's a raw performance, fastest lap, and of those last 4 races, I think we've won 1 of them. So very unfortunate. Or 3 races, 4 would be this one. But at the moment we got 10 laps left and it's looking good. We've built a very nice gap in front of Verstappen, and I think that lead is increasing. It's very close though. If I lose focus for even a lap, Verstappen does manage to kind of close down on that gap. So we got to stay focused here. We're gonna put our head down, get these laps in, and if we do win this race, we should be fairly close to P3 in the Drivers' Championship. Depends on how Lando Norris does in this race. But right now, Carlos Sainz, his own teammate, is ahead of him. So he's at least in P6. Yeah, I see him there on the mini-map. He's in P6. So that would be not nearly as many points as getting P1. Which means we could make a significant gap on the championship here. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I start talking, I lose focus, and that gap has gone down to 1.3 seconds.
Just so you know, we're getting some strange readings from a couple of the sensors.
Oh no, Mark,
Don't be worried,
please.
it's bad data, so keep doing what you're doing. I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems.
Okay, thanks. I've never heard that one before, honestly. Mark being useless once again. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we are headed on to the final lap here, and we put our heads down. We've got a lot of good laps in, and we have managed to create a 2.7, let's actually go down a little bit, but 2.7-ish second gap to Max Verstappen to take a commanding lead in the French Grand Prix. And on top of that, we got back the fastest lap from Carlos Sainz, so that is going to be 26 points for myself if we make it to the line. It looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look like Vettel is doing too well. I'm going to get a teammate status off of him. Just give me 1 second here. Get through this turn. No. Alright.
Okay, so we're leading
Let's see.
our teammate by 24.7
24 seconds. Oh my god, man.
They're sitting in 7th.
Okay, so
That time was a 1:33.9.
I mean, not bad. He started in P9, so he did gain 2 spots on the race, which is good. But I just need him to finish higher. I mean, our constructors' hopes are going out the window as we are now at the halfway point of this season. I still have a chance for the drivers as well. I've been saying this a lot recently, but we gotta see. Every race, we get a little bit closer. Hopefully, that's the goal. And by the end, we should be fine. But we're gonna cross the line here to take the French Grand Prix, the second win of the season as well. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm happy with that race right there. That's about Ocon driver of the day. Interesting. But there it is, our second win on the season, taking the top step of the podium since our last time in Monaco. And then we got Max Verstappen in P2 and Charles Leclerc in P3. Sebastian Vettel finishing P7, so he gets 6 points for the team. I got 26 with that fastest lap. And that actually moves us past Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari is up in P3, McLaren in P2 with a great driver combo this season because they do not have the car, theoretically, to be in P2 in the Constructors' Championship. And then we got Red Bull in P1 with 174 points. It's still doable. It's still doable. We got 5 races or 6 races. No, what am I saying? 8 races left in the season. For the driver's standings, that moves me up into P4, and we're only 43 points off Verstappen. So with a little bit of luck and some good races, we're definitely still in the fight. We're only a few points behind Lando Norris as well to get into the top 3. Unfortunately, Sebastian Vettel still down in the standings. He's in P10 with 33 points. I'm hoping that he has a better back half of the season. Hopefully no more DNFs for him. We will see as the races go on here. Alright guys, that is going to be the end of this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you watched up to this point, be sure to drop a like on the video and be sure to subscribe to the channel. We got the Hungarian Grand Prix up next, and we're going to see if we can continue to make our way up the standings, get back into the fight for both the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. Make sure you guys hit the notification bell so you guys know when that video is out, and stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day, guys.